So today I'm going to be showing y'all 6 of my favorite meals that I eat while I'm bulking. Catch y'all at the first one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to make for you guys today is going to be the breakfast that I eat pretty much every day. So it's just an egg sandwich. It's pretty simple, but it is pretty high calorie and not a lot of food because personally I'm not that hungry in the morning. So let's see how many ingredients we got. It's literally 4 ingredients. We got bagels. We have some butter to go on that bagel. We have our eggs. You can't have an egg sandwich without eggs. And then we got our American, because you need cheese. Not gonna lie, I don't do bacon just because I don't feel like cooking it. It's pretty much that simple. Because this is a pretty simple meal, I'm honestly not gonna show myself cooking it. It's literally just making eggs, putting my bagel in this toaster, like pretty simple. And then throwing the cheese on the egg as it's cooking. There isn't really anything to it. So because of that, I will catch you guys when it's done. One last thing I did forget to mention is for the eggs in the pan, I do use like an olive oil spray. Go closer so you guys can see it. But this doesn't really change anything. It's 0 calorie, but you know, just figured I should mention that one. Okay, so this is what my plate looks like. We got the 2 eggs there with the cheese on them. We got the bagel with the butter underneath. The other egg over here. I do leave it open to cool because it is hot and I'm not trying to burn my mouth again because I've done that way too many times. And I'm gonna throw the macros somewhere at the bottom, maybe the left, maybe the right, I don't really know. We'll figure it out and enjoy. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna be making today is a quesadilla. And I do make 2 of them because, as I said, this is a bulking video, so we need to get our calories in. So the ingredients is I have Mexican cheese. I just randomly picked the reduced fat one. We have flour tortillas. I use Mission because they're like, it's 210 calories. So use 2 of those already at 400 calories. And then I have my chicken right here that I just cooked in the pan back there. Because personally, I like to cook the chicken in advance and then I can use this for the next couple days. And then the only other thing is cooking spray. And I'll show you later, but I'm gonna put salsa on it just to add some flavor. So I'm gonna speed through this now and see. Okay, so as you saw, that was pretty simple. So I'm about to throw this in the oven. Also, if you notice I'm changing clothes like a bunch of times throughout this video, that is because I'm recording this over multiple days so I can get more meals in. And I'll catch y'all now when it's done. Okay, so my quesadillas are done. See them right there. If you're wondering why I didn't say how long to put them in the oven for, I did put them in my oven. It's because I don't know. See how they get like kind of brown like that? Like that's when they're done. That's how long, however long that takes. I don't know, it's just what I do. And then you obviously need some sauce with this because I feel like this would be really dry and bad without it. So the 2 things I use most of the time are sweet and spicy sriracha from Chick-fil-A. Solid. I know that's kind of a weird thing to put on this, but I like it. And then Tostito salsa, I'm using the hot one. And because I've been using the hot one, that is why we got our water here, because that shit is kind of spicy. So I'm about to enjoy this, and I'm gonna throw the macros somewhere at the bottom. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna be making is a protein shake, and I'm gonna put this disclaimer out immediately. This is not my protein shake. I did not come up with this. I found this on, I think it was Instagram Reels. I think that's where I found it, but this is not my recipe at all. So it is literally very simple. I use this protein almond milk, which I actually haven't tried yet. I use a different almond milk normally, but I'm gonna try this one today because it's higher protein and higher calorie. So if you're bulking, that's perfect. Then the other ingredients are Oreos. You're gonna put in 3 servings of Oreos. I normally use double stuff, but I bought the wrong ones, so we're using these today. Any type of like high protein yogurt, I use like the Sigis one because it's got 16 grams of protein, which is solid. And then I just picked up this protein powder at the store, but any protein powder will work. And then the last thing is, this is something I additionally added because personally, this is a pretty high calorie shake, but I still needed more for me personally because I was eating like 4,000 calories a day, not putting on weight. So I also add a Pop-Tart, which I'm gonna open and throw on my toaster right now because if you're not toasting your Pop-Tarts, You're doing it wrong. Sorry to inform you, but it's just that. So the way you make this one is we're gonna take this milk, pour it into the blender, about like a cup and a half-ish. Maybe like a little less than a cup and a half, like a cup and a quarter, a cup and a third, I don't know, somewhere around there. That's that. We're going to take a scoop of the protein powder. I guess if you wanted more protein, you could do 2 scoops, but I just do 1. Get that in there. Next thing we're gonna do is the Oreos. One trick with the Oreos to make them blend better is you're gonna take them and then just crush them as you're putting them in. It just makes them blend a lot better. So I'm gonna put in the Oreos now. And remember, I said 3 servings, so typically with the double stuffed Oreos, because that's what I typically buy, that's 6 Oreos, but because these are like the regular ones, I need 9 of them just to get the same amount of calories. Because it's a bowl shake, we need our calories. Then the last thing is we're going to throw in the yogurt. Just dump that in there. Make sure we get all of it, because that'll get us somewhat closer to the macros, hopefully. And then what you can't get, you gotta eat. Gotta get all the calories in. So that's that. I will be back in a second to blend this. Okay, so I blended it up, as you can see right here, because I realized I probably didn't need to absolutely crucify your ears by blending that with my mic on. So we're gonna pour it in. Oh, that looks so good. And I am gonna taste this one for you guys because I haven't done this with the protein almond milk, so I'm gonna let you know which one I think's better. Let's see. Gotta get it all. Let's see. Honestly, that tastes exactly the same as when I use the other almond milk. So for more calories and more protein, I would 100% recommend using that. Also, if you're wondering why I use almond milk, it's because I have like a milk allergy that I'm not really gonna get into, but yeah, so that's why I use almond milk. But I'm sure you could probably just use milk and it would taste just as fine. So that's this little protein shake and Pop-Tart meal. There we go. So the next thing we're gonna be making is like these mini pizzas. You'll kind of see them at the end. So this is another really simple recipe. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients if you count the olive oil spray, which isn't really an ingredient. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna take your bread, because we're gonna make the pizza on bread, because this allows for more calories, is we have to toast this. I'll catch y'all when this is toasted then. All right, so as you can see, our bread is toasted nicely. So we're gonna grab the olive oil spray, get it down like that, just so it doesn't stick while it's in the oven. I'm gonna put the bread on the pan. Now that's where the pizza sauce comes in. I use Botticelli's literally just because it was on sale. I'm not really trying to spend a lot of money. We're trying to eat a lot of calories on a budget, you know? So we're gonna get a little bit of pizza sauce on all of them. That's empty. Let's grab the other one. And yes, I did have 2 open ones because I just didn't think to look the last time I made this, and I already had one open. Didn't realize. But that's my fault. Maybe I should think next time. So now we're just gonna spread it out. Nice and simple. All right, we got that. That is good. Spoon in the sink. Now we're gonna grab our chicken because we need our protein. We're bulking and we're gym rats. We need protein. It's simple as that. Get some chicken on there. And I can't remember if I said this earlier, but yes, I ripped my chicken with my hands. I'm not trying to waste a fork, a knife, and a plate. Made all that dirty. It's also faster. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. You can use a fork and a knife, but I'm just not going to. Sorry. So we almost have chicken done. All right, now I gotta rinse off our hands quickly because I'm not trying to get chicken on everything else. Now, because I said it's pizza, we're gonna add some mozzarella cheese. I use Lucerne because, once again, it was the cheapest thing at the store. Put my hand around it just so like the cheese kinda stays on it. And by kinda, I mean like half the time, maybe, occasionally. Not really ever.
as you can probably see. We'll pick up some extra cheese, get it on. That one worked kind of well. And we are out of cheese. So let's open the other one. All right, that's close enough, right? I think it looks good. And now we have the last step before it goes in the oven. Told you I like spice, so we got some crushed red pepper. This is obviously optional if you do not like spice. I would not recommend adding this. Just gives you a little extra flavor, you know? All right, so we're gonna take this, throw it in the oven. And if you're wondering how long to put it in, you put it in until the cheese melts and maybe give it a couple extra minutes. I don't know. Honestly, have no clue how long I throw it in for. So yeah, also my oven heats up really slow, so that's one of the reasons why I can't really tell all y'all like how long I throw it in for. My oven heats up really slow, so whatever I need to do will probably like 3/4 of the time for you guys. All right, catch y'all when it's done. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's done. This looks absolutely delicious, and I'm about to enjoy this while watching the Arsenal game. So not an Arsenal fan, but I bet on them today, and I can't lie, I don't even really need to watch the game. So I bet on them, and they were up 5-0 at halftime. Like 5-0 is insane. Now they're up 6-0. It's only the 59th minute. Like, this is crazy. So hopefully if the Bucks win tonight, let's go Bucks, and the Timberwolves, my parlay will hit. Yeah, so I'm about to eat this and then watch the game. Okay, so now we are on to the second breakfast meal. So we're gonna be making French toast. So there is 7 total ingredients, including the bread. So the first thing is I'm gonna use my protein almond milk. I'm gonna pour about half a cup in here. Right around there, half a cup, a little less, whatever. The next thing we're going to do is we're gonna throw egg whites, get us some protein added with the protein almond milk. We're gonna pour that for about half a cup too, get it to about a cup. We're gonna close that on up. This is where our big bowl is gonna come in. We are going to dump that in, and I'm gonna put this on the side now because we're done with that. We are going to do a scoop of protein powder because we're gym rats. We need protein, a lot of it. Take a scoop, dump it in, protein powder, done. And now we're on to the last thing that goes in the bowl. You're gonna have some vanilla extract. We're going to do I believe that's a tablespoon. It's the biggest one, you know? Pretty sure that's a tablespoon. As you can tell, I'm obviously clearly a highly qualified chef, knowing all these terms. Done with that now. We're gonna get our whisk, mix this together. Nice and simple. And the whole thing in here, I don't know if y'all can see that, I hope so, but we're just trying to get the clumps. Once the clumps are gone, it's mixed together good enough because there's a lot of protein powder compared to the amount of liquid in here. So hopefully you can see that, but it's good enough. I don't know, good enough. So now we're gonna use the olive oil spray that we use for like literally everything. We're gonna throw that in the pan over here, spray it quickly. It's good. Now I'm gonna throw it on a really low heat because I don't want this to cook unevenly. So mix this one last time to get rid of all the extra clumps. Whisk goes in away. Now, bread. You can use any type of bread, but obviously the higher calorie, the better in this sense because we're trying to bulk. So we're going to just get it in the bowl, flip it a couple times, make sure it's coated. We're gonna take that, throw it in the pan. We're going to repeat that for the other 3. And just so you guys know, it's the next day. So that parlay I was telling you about yesterday, it did end up hitting, but wow, I got very lucky. So the Bucks, we were playing the Clippers last night the Clippers on a back-to-back, and we were favored by I think we were like 5 points at first. Then Giannis got ruled out. And if you know anything about basketball, that's literally at worst the second best player in the league out of the game. So I was stressed and I was like, wow, like I'm screwed, like we're gonna lose now. Luckily, Dame Lillard and Bobby Portis decided to combine from 70 points. So we did end up winning. The Bucks ended up winning, Bucks fan, obviously. And the parlay also ends up hitting because the Timberwolves didn't sell me. So now that I did that, that is also done. Now we have one last step while that's in the pan. I have 3 0-calorie stevia packets. We're gonna put that in this little bowl here. This bowl is gonna be very crucial later because it makes this recipe just so much better. You'll see. We got some cinnamon. The amount of cinnamon, just whatever you feel you want. I like cinnamon, so I usually put a good amount in. Mix it together, and it's like this. You're gonna see it mixed together in there. Then what we're gonna do is just sprinkle this on top. And then once we flip the French toast, we're gonna sprinkle it on the other side too. So we wanna get this tasting good. Okay, so I'm not gonna bore you all with watching this pan heat up and cook. I'm gonna throw this like medium heat now, but I will catch you when this is done. One thing I realized I forgot to mention is this recipe is not mine. I got this from a Jesse James West video from like years ago. And if I remember correctly, I remember he got it from someone. I think he got it from Greg Doucette, not 100% sure, but I've adapted a little bit, like with the protein almond milk and things like that. And like the specific bread I use and like the syrup and stuff like that, but I do want to give credit to them because this is not my recipe. Okay, so I just flipped it for the first time. We're gonna sprinkle more of this cinnamon sugar on it to add flavor because this stuff is literally amazing. But now, this is the most important part. Your syrup does not just go over the French toast. Your syrup goes in here. We put it in with the brown sugar cinnamon, do like a good amount. I like a lot of syrup, so I'm gonna put a lot. And also, as I said, we're bulking, so this gets you more calories, but we're not done yet. We have to stir this, have to stir it. And then I'm gonna show you when I'm done stirring, because I gotta be careful. I'm not trying to have this spill on my counter. Honestly, you can't really see it that well this time, but you should be able to see the cinnamon and sugar like swirled throughout the syrup. And it is literally the best thing in the world. And then we're gonna take the syrup, throw in the microwave to warm it up, because warm syrup's better. Put it in for like, I do usually like 15 seconds. Let that go. While that's going, I'm gonna check this quickly. Ooh, we're ready to flip again. I'm not gonna lie, this bread is getting like mutilated by this pan right now. I did not put enough olive oil spray. Open that so that does not keep going off. Take the syrup out. Flip this. This needs like another couple seconds probably, just to get that cinnamon like melted into it, and I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so this is what our plate looks like when it's done. Now I'm gonna put in this little caveat. Eat with your mouth, not your eyes. I know this bread looks kind of chalked right now, kind of got stuck to the pan, but that does not matter. It is still going to taste good. This is amazing. I love this shit. So yeah, I'm about to enjoy this. Okay, so I'm gonna make the last meal of the video unless I change my mind. So pretty sure this is the last one, but we'll see. So this is, I guess it's kind of like a burrito. I'm not really sure. Just kind of something I make. So we got white rice. We're gonna pour that in here to make some rice. We're gonna make about half a cup of rice. I kind of just eyeball it because I feel like I've done this enough. Need to grab some water quickly. Cook that. All right, we got that. We are going to start that on here. So we got our rice going. Now the next thing is we're gonna need some mixed veggies. This is just some random brand of mixed veggies I bought. It's frozen, because for me that's easier typically. So we're gonna open this. Now I'm gonna pour in a solid amount, just to, you know, get some veggies in the meal. Now we're going to throw this in the microwave for like 3 minutes-ish to have that cook while our rice is cooking. Now over here, which, you know what, let me actually switch these so it's easier for you to see. that there, put this here. All right, we are going to use our olive oil spray as always. Spray that. Now, as you know, every meal needs protein. So I'm going to rip apart some of this chicken and throw it in here. And if you're wondering why I'm throwing in the chicken so early, it's because it's cold. So I throw the pan on literally like low, just so the chicken can start to heat up while the rice is cooking. Because I feel like when I throw it in the microwave, it kind of dries out a little bit. So I'm gonna throw in whatever, like about what I think 2 servings is. So it's like 2 pieces of chicken, something around there. Because if you haven't figured it out yet, I don't really measure anything. I kind of measure like the first time I make something, so I have an idea. Okay, so honestly, at this point, I'm kind of just waiting. So I will cut back when I'm actually doing something. Okay, so our rice is done. So I'm gonna take this off, leave it over here, and use the spoon from the rice we're putting the rice straight in the pan. And just so you all know, the second the veggies were done, I did immediately throw those in the pan too. And so far I've been on 2 to 3 heat the entire time. So like a very low heat, just kind of that. We're gonna use the spatula to get the last little bit of rice because I don't want to waste any of this. I'm hungry. All right, so now we got that. I'm going to put this over here. Now we are going to add some soy sauce. Like that, get some soy sauce in there. And now we are going to turn up the heat and just kind of mix this together. Now I know you're probably thinking at this point, like, how is this a bulking meal? Because it's like a half cup of rice, which is like, I don't know, like 200 calories. 2 servings of chicken, which is 200 calories. Some veggies, which is probably like, I don't know, like 50 calories. And the soy sauce, which is low. But we'll get there. And one other thing that I just don't feel like doing today, but you definitely could do, is you can add some egg to this. Like sometimes I'll crack like 2 eggs in here, just to add some protein or whatever. Depends on the day, but just wasn't feeling it today. So I'm not gonna bore you with watching me stir this because no one wants to watch that. So I will cut back when this is done. Okay, so we have our little rice, chicken, and veggies in the bowls all in here. Now I'm gonna use a Mission Burrito tortilla, and we are going to scoop some of this on here, like this. However much I feel like I can still close the burrito. That's getting kind of close. So, as you can see, we also still have a lot left in the bowl. It's because we're gonna make at least 2 burritos. And if there's a little extra, we just eat that separately. It might not be enough for a 3rd burrito. But we had some cheese on. And the reason this gets to such high calorie is because these Mission tortillas, let me check, I'm pretty sure it's 210 calories a tortilla. So if you have 2 burritos on top of all that, you're getting a couple hundred, like you're getting a good amount of calories in. And then we got the same sauces as we did for the quesadilla earlier in the video. So I'm gonna use this Tostitos hot sauce. Just gonna dump some of this in here. Hopefully I'm not screaming and excruciating pain from how hot this is at the end, but I guess we'll find out. So yeah, that's this. And then I don't know how to roll a burrito, and I'm not gonna embarrass myself on camera trying to do it. But yeah, that's this meal. Hope we all enjoy this one. I hope y'all enjoy all of those meals. Y'all should like, comment, subscribe, and send this to anyone you know who's ever eaten food. Catch you on the next one.